Rich Rising, Rich Rising. Hey fam, I know it's been a minute. So we just had one of our answers of transition on 320, my stepdad. And I just want to say this has been an experience. Anybody that ever know me, they know me and my stepdad was close. And for the last couple of months, entering this year, he didn't really he didn't me and him didn't really talk as much, but me and him had already had a conversation last year on him transitioning. If anybody know my stepdad, they know that he was an excellent person when it came, just a brilliant person in general, but he was a genius when it came to building computers. A lot of people know him for building computers, and it's so crazy because before he transitioned, I started getting sick. I started catching a cold. And for some reason, this time, this cold was trying to fight me. My voice kept going in and out. It's just not kind of coming back. So I had been dealing with that for a while. And on top of that, I had a lot of stuff going on with my job. And I had a lot of stuff going on with my baby brother. A lot of people that is close to me, they know that he had a tumor on his brain. So we had been dealing with that for a while, and he had surgery. So we had to rush him back to the Children's Hospital because he had to have another MRI. All of this is happening in the same week, same time frame that my stepdad transitioned. And just sitting with spirit and sitting with God, it shows you a lot about when your ancestors transition. People are going to mourn and grieve how they're going to mourn and grieve. But this is what my stepdad came back and told me. And he been told me this already, to always flow with life, no matter if you have highs or lows. And so in my life, in my journey, I have always done that. But I've always stayed quiet, right? I've always been a peaceful, quiet person. But with even that being said, he came back to me again since he transitioned, and he was like, God didn't tell you to stop talking. And I was on somebody live the other day, and it dawned on me what God had been trying to get me to put out and say anyway. Other chosen ones, I know the shift has changed a lot. We got a lot of different things going on right now. But we got to continue to flow. And if one of us stop, we can feel it because we are one. And I don't know who this is for, because this is a word for me as well. We got to keep going, and we got to keep raising the vibrations. And we are here for a mission. Remember, we are here for a mission and a plan. And one thing my stepdad always told me, he said, Kira, you are an extraordinary person. A lot of people are not going to understand how to deal with your energy and your frequency because you came back here for your mission. And y'all see the wind is blowing. But he have always told me that. And it's other chosen ones right now where we done got to a place where we kind of been quiet because we've been listening to things and paying attention to a lot that's going on. But we got to keep each other's energy high. We got to keep our light high for each other, because at the end of the day, we here for a mission. We got to keep flowing, because somebody else need to hear what you need to be saying right now. We are here to build and to raise nations, and it is what it is. A lot of people don't know that my stepdad also, he was a person that seen when somebody was going to transition. Any of his friends, any of his family members, sometimes it has even been people that he didn't even know. They would come to him in a dream, and when he would wake up that next day, someone would have told him they transitioned, or he would have seen it on the news. And before his birthday, he went to his mother and he told her, he was tired. But in the spirit, I had already knew, because like I said, before he transitioned, I was getting sick. I had a cold. I could barely talk. My voice was really gone. I was at work, barely could speak, but I always smiled. And my customers always love that, because anybody that know me, they know I love to smile. I love to smile, and I love to have fun. I love to joke. So, that's what life is about, even when you're going through those times. And Even though my voice was out, I still was trying to talk. Some people could understand what I was saying and some people couldn't. But the moral of the story is, Chosen Ones, we have to keep on going and flowing with life. We got to keep flowing together because we are one. So don't you stop what you're doing. Because let me tell you, I know I'm not going to stop. I'm never going to stop. And remember, when your ancestors are transitioning, remember to pray for their healing. You know, pray for their healing just as well as they looking over you and helping you and guiding you. You got to pray for their healing, for their strength as well. You know, and always ask for them to be recharged and re-cleansed, just like you have to do it for yourself, right? So I say, everybody, keep your spirits high, keep your energy high. And I'm going to say this, you already know, if you have not smiled today, smile today. Ashe and blessings until next time, family.